I started them butts.
Then respiratory, that's learn how to put in trachs and do all this stuff. But respiratory's good. But you still got to first start at all the other stuff. You didn't hear from your girl Amania? What's her name?
Yeah, she said she was gonna be in New York.
Oh, poor girl gonna be in New York. Do you care?
That started.
I don't care. That's a weird person. I don't care. I know in her, she can do that. As long as she don't do it near me.
All right, I got 1 minute.
She got CNN chasing her. It's just like, okay, you're that powerful. I'm not buying it.
I don't know, Truth. I don't know anymore. I'm not privy to understand people, I guess.
Nah. Nor am I. I understand people. They're negative and they're lazy. Yeah. And there's too many of them.
Yep.
And they live in whatever you tell them that they're supposed to live in. Cause you got what do you call them? Baby boomers. That'd be me. Then you got Generation X. And then you got Generation Y or something like that. Then you got millennials. You got all these different categories of people. and they all want to be special and different. So nobody can do stuff. And you got Worcester. Worcester's getting yelled at now.
Mm-hmm.
Because they're not going after Amazon. Any of that new Amazon stuff that's supposed to be coming.
What about the Red Sox? I mean, the Paw Sox. Are they going after the Paw Sox?
What, the semi-pro team?
Yeah.
Why they going after them?
Because they're going to look for a new home. They want to bring them to Worcester.
Nah, they ain't gonna make no money.
Oh, there's a lot of diehard Red Sox fans.
Yeah, but they Red Sox fans. They're not semi-pro fans.
But the Red Sox, but you know, the semi-pro, they have red. You know, when a person's coming back from injury or they get injured, they go down there to play. Where the Red Sox play. They go down there. A lot of Red Sox players go there before coming back.
Yeah.
So you at least get a chance to see them for cheap. See some
They ain't
people.
that. I don't know. I played with them. They ain't that good. Used to be the Cape Cod leagues. No, they're real good, but and then you got all stadium and all I got was a bus pass. Transfer. Here's a transfer. Get on the bus. But they're not going after any of that money. They're not going after anything that's going to bring jobs for the lowest socioeconomic people and stuff. That's why they're not going after that Amazon money. They're trying to make this place into a high-end, really technical thing, not a merchant service oriented place. So they don't want that in here.
All right, let's get this show on the road. As now I got something in my eye.
Some guy, a service manager, sent me a email about, congratulations on 30 days of having your car and stuff like that. I hope it's been 2 days.
Truthit.
I don't know, maybe you were asleep for the 28, but I ain't only had it for 2 days.
That's what I'm talking about. Come on.
Let's go.
your act together.
Hey, what's going on? Today is Friday, September 8th, 2017. Thank you for tuning in and logging on, and welcome to Truthit in the AM. It is your boy Truthit, and I'm here to address any and all things when it's time to, and it's time to. And also, with me today is Friday, so you know for Friday, I'm here with Trooper Joe.
Hello, folks. This is Joe. Hey, thank you. I gotta cry. Thank you very much. Thank you. I appreciate it. I deserve it. No, sorry. I'm Trooper Joe, and I'm just here to bring you a good show with Truthit in the AM. It's Big Truthit right over there.
All right, Troop. As always, when I'm doing prep for the show, I often say, "Oh, there's nothing to talk about,"
Yeah.
and then I end up looking around and finding out there's some stuff we need to talk about.
I think so, yeah.
So, first off, are we approaching the end of the world?
Yeah, end of days is upon us, folks.
I mean, Mexico got hit with an 8.1 on the Richter scale earthquake.
Yeah, that's huge.
Yeah, 10 is the most powerful, right?
That's the one that made the movie.
Yeah, 10 on the Richter scale, so 8 is like, that's knocking on that door.
That's what I'm thinking. And we got rumors of wars all over the place. We got famine. We got displaced people all over. We got hurricanes. We got not just one hurricane at a time. Now we're getting them 3 or 4 at a time.
Hurricanes everywhere, true.
Yeah, this is end of days, folks. And not to wax religious, but hey, y'all did it. Y'all threw God under the bus.
Sure did.
Yeah. I wanted everything your way.
I don't want to really. I don't really want to sound like a hater or sound like I'm really hating or anything. But there are some things. If you read the Bible and understand what the Bible says, it did predict some of this stuff was going to happen because some of y'all are acting a little bit too crazy. But I'll leave that there. But
I won't. It's kind of funny how people like to take the Bible and use it to strengthen their argument for what they want.
Right.
But then when something else comes up that's just as obvious as the stuff that you're using to strengthen what you want, you don't even think about. It's said in the Bible there'll be earthquakes in dire places and rumors of wars and there'll be hurricanes and there'll be all kinds of these things going on and stuff. But we don't pay any attention to that. We just like to say those things every once in a while. But then it says in the Bible all these other things about homosexualities and but okay, we'll pay attention to that if we're on the conservative side. Then it got all this stuff in the Bible about you should love your wife and do all these loving, caring things. But we ain't gonna pay any attention to that because we're in this free spirited type of realm in the world. We are so fickle, folks. We like to just pick and choose whatever it is that's going to strengthen our argument.
Yep.
And our arguments are so negative.
Very negative.
Yeah, it's like, come on, man.
But I mean, hey, I don't know the truth. I'm guilty of that sometimes. So.
Oh, everybody is, myself included.
Yeah, but
I'm doing it right now.
I'm just a little bit better at it than a lot of people are. And most of y'all are. Y'all can't hold an argument if the argument was bought and paid for by Amazon. Speaking of Amazon, Amazon's supposed to be coming to Worcester.
No, it's not coming to Worcester.
No, yeah, I know, but they wanted to though, right?
Worcester didn't put a bid in to try to get Amazon and stuff like that. So now everybody's wondering, well, how come Worcester didn't put in a bid to get Amazon? Boston put in a bid to get Amazon, and Springfield put in some kind of thing to align themselves with us. The only and with Hartford, I think. So the only place that didn't put in a bid is Worcester.
Yeah.
And for my little kind of thinking is that Tim Murray, who controls all the things in Worcester, really, even though everybody doesn't know it, he controls everything.
Mm-hmm.
He don't care about the poor people. Right. Amazon's not bringing in any high-end type of jobs and stuff like that. It's merchandise you're dealing with. You're not dealing with any kind of ideas and brain type of things. You're dealing with merchandise, packing and putting them in a box and sending them out and stacking them up and taking inventories and things like that. There'll be a lot of jobs that will be coming. Those jobs are service-orientated jobs. They're at the lower end of the scale. And I think that Worcester wants to look as though they're the new wannabe city. Everybody gonna want to be like Worcester, the high-end technology,
industrial,
big city and stuff. So let's forget all them poor people that could use a job in a service area. No. They should have went on and became a high-end person.
Well, until the social justice warriors step up and start running for stuff, then there's nothing really that I can say.
Well, a lot of those social justice warriors have homework.
Right. Because they're college students.
Yeah. So their social justice is on the back burner right now. It's no longer extra fun to be in there,
Right.
They're getting away from being able to stay up all night and really function.
Yep. So that was one of the things that's going on. Another thing is we talking about is should people be allowed to have guns?
No.
Citizens should not be allowed to have guns at all. No citizens. There's reportedly a shooter at an Ohio high school going on right now.
Yeah.
Let me look up the news to see if there's any more details. But an active shooter was at a high school in Ohio, and it's just another case of how citizens get their hands on guns that shouldn't have them.
Exactly. It's like, come on. Guns are designed for one thing. They shoot this little projectile out the front of it to hit something and bust it all up.
Yep.
That's all they're designed. They're designed to kill. They don't do anything else. They can't drive. They're not smart. All they do is designed to kill.
Right.
And the people who want to swear by these guns and stuff like that, all you're doing is trying to prop up your machismo and stuff like that. It's like, if you want to be machismo, be machismo. You don't need a gun.
Oh, well, what about hunting? We need to go to the grocery store and buy your food. This ain't the colonial days where you had to go out and hunt deer and hunt chickens and ducks and stuff so you can have something to eat at night. You go to your grocery store, you pay for your food, you come home and cook it. Yeah. All the hunting days are over. There's no need for people to be having guns.
Not
I don't see any reason for it.
Hey, come on, I've seen you hunters. I lived in Lebanon, New Hampshire for years, and I've seen you hunters. You dogs don't hunt.
Right.
That dog sits on the porch and drinks beer. That's what they do. And talk about the deer. Oh, I'm going to go get my deer. Yeah, I'm going to get my deer. If it comes to the porch with a bottle opener, they're just sitting there drinking beer.
Well, in Columbus, Ohio, Columbus police announced Friday morning that an arrest has been made in the reported active shooter situation at an Ohio high school. SWAT made the arrest, gun taken, no injuries. Excellent job by the officers.
I'll give them applause to that too. And it's like, I'm glad there's no injuries, but that's not the issue we're talking about.
The issue is that a kid or someone at the school had a gun on them.
Yeah, well, it's like, that's wrong. It's like, come on.
And look at the reasons why people have guns and they go out and do stupid stuff. A man comes back to a job he was just fired from and shoots up his place. How many stories like that have I heard over the years? People just find dumb reasons. Man finds wife cheating on him, shoots wife and alleged lover. How many times have I heard those stories over the years?
Yeah, both of those things are caused by the man. I ain't gonna even make believe that I'm not gonna not say that. If the man's getting fired from the job, he must have done something several times, because you can't, in this country, you just don't get fired. They have to have a paper trail on it.
Right. But make no mistake, I'm for people getting shot. I am for people getting shot. Listen, if you can't stone them, shoot them. Why are there no stories about molesters, child molesters getting shot, or sexual predators getting shot, or rapists getting shot? We need more of them stories.
I'm not for people getting shot, makes a mess all over.
Shoot them.
I'm really not for killing people and stuff. I'm for punishment, but if capital punishment,
yes,
go ahead. But I'm not really condoning it, but I'm not running away from it either. Some people, if you're really are going to be a boil on the behind the society, then you need to be removed.
But you are for punishment by death.
Yeah, if you come to that level that it's just you're not going to change. There's nothing you can do from you. Locking you up in isolation by yourself, 'cause that's way too cruel. Just killing them and putting them out their misery is more what I'm doing and stuff like that. And they have to pay for their sins.
I know, true. There's some people who get out of jail and want to go back to jail.
Yeah,
because they don't know how to live and function in society.
Yeah.
If a punishment is a place where someone would actually want to go to, then I'm not for that. I don't know. If you're some people who have life in prison, they go on to live. I know someone in Worcester who was involved in a murder, who ordered a hit out on someone and got life in prison. He ended up writing a book.
Yeah.
He ended up having He ended up having all kinds of stuff. Like he lives. He goes and he works for $2 an hour, gets his oodles and noodles and trades oodles and noodles for cigarettes and stuff like that. He's living it up in prison.
Yeah.
Shoot him. If he was shot, there wouldn't be any problems like that. But at the very least, this Columbus police announced that the shooting is all set and it's no longer a problem. So
I'm glad that nobody got hurt, and I hope that they get that person who's running around with the gun some help. And if it's just a young kid or something like that, I hope that his parents get smacked in the mouth.
Yep.
It's like, come on, you get, because people's. I'm not a believer that there's some people who are born with mental kind of handicaps and stuff like this. They're born with physical deformities for whatever reason, and they're not able to really function in society, but they get help early. But then there's other people that's been, just as they're born and their kids and they're raised around these knuckleheads, just talk nothing but negative type of thing. They talk racial prejudice that haven't even seen racial prejudice. They talk it anyway. They talk about how the government is kind of usurp their rights and stuff like that, and then they go out and do whatever they want to do because they have the right to do that. So and the kids are just listening. And they're totally confused. They haven't even learned first grade work yet. They're still listening to all this nonsense.
That's why the parents should get shot too. Yeah, shoot them all.
That becomes the way of their life. Because you are what you those early years. Those are the years that form the basis for what you're going to be when you grow up.
Yep.
It's your early exposures to life, and they come directly from the parents.
Father commits suicide after 2-year-old finds loaded gun and shoots himself. This is what I'm talking about. These are the dumb people. This is why I don't think citizens should have guns. Because, number one, there's no way that you can really test to see if a person is worthy of owning a gun or is safe enough to own a gun.
Yeah.
If I had no history of mental illness, I can go and fill out a questionnaire and everything as long as I don't have an arrest record, and I can get a gun license, and I can own a gun.
Me too. I can go get a gun today.
As insane as that is, all it would take is someone having a lapse in judgment and someone getting shot.
Yeah.
Why would you need to have a gun?
I don't need a gun.
A loaded handgun. As a matter of fact.
And I don't see why anybody has a loaded handgun in the house. What do you got? What do you got? Cockroaches the size of
Right. If you're hunting with
alien
a,
cockroach?
I can even understand. I've been to people's houses where they had those big rifles on their wall.
Yeah.
If you have a rifle and you use that to go hunting, and you shoot and then you gotta load and put the thing in and then, yeah, you gotta do all that stuff to shoot it again. But why you don't need to have no hand pistol in your house?
So, really, what are you afraid of? What is it? Fear, folks? Come on, tell me what it is. Is it fear? Are we so afraid of stuff like that? Have we become people that listen to what other people say? I know I'm going to say it. It's just like that white privilege. I don't even know what it means, but it's a fearful thing to a whole lot of black people. It's something that a whole lot of people seem to accept as being a real kind of entity. So we have to protect ourselves against white privilege. Or is it that, well, mostly in the inner cities, black on black crime is what counts. So, okay, we better all get guns so that we can keep the black on black crime going. How come we don't just do this stuff like Archangel tries to talk about, Jim? Just have fun and reap the rewards of loving somebody and having fun.
But the mass shootings, most of the mass shootings don't happen in the inner cities.
No.
They happen in the rich suburbs where the one person gets a hold of a gun, or their mother's gun, their daddy's gun, or they have a gun themselves, and then they go on these shooting sprees.
Yeah.
But, authorities say a man shot and killed himself in a South Carolina home after his 2-year-old son accidentally shot himself in the head with a gun. Richland County coroner Gary Watt said both the father and son died in the shooting Wednesday at a Columbia home.
Stupid waste of life.
No need to have a gun. No need to have and having loaded guns around so a 2-year-old can get a hold of it.
Yeah, it's like,
just dumb.
That's dumb. 2-year-olds, they don't come no bigger than about 2 feet. They short. Where was the gun?
The 2-year-old's mother called 911 after her son found the loaded gun and shot himself. The police chief Skip Holbrook said when officers arrived, 38-year-old Keon Myers had a gun and was threatening to kill himself, firing the fatal shot into his head after refusing to drop the weapon because he knew that he messed up. He knew that this was his fault, and he knew he shouldn't have had no gun in the house, especially if a 2-year-old can get a hold of a gun.
Yeah, that's the whole thing. They're not that big.
No.
You put it up. Even if you got one in the house with a 2-year-old. 2-year-olds, they don't climb well.
On top of the refrigerator, Truth. You could have just had it in a shoebox on top of the refrigerator.
Yeah.
The 2-year-old would have never found it.
Never found it. He can't get up there.
No.
No. He can't even get on top of the TV. He can't. Where'd you have it, on the floor?
They should have stoned him after he shot himself. I would have stoned him to make sure that he did the job right. Make sure that he finished the job that he was supposed to do. Unbelievable. Citizens should not have guns.
Yeah.
There's no need for it. I don't see a good reason for anyone to have, especially like an assault rifle, or I can bend. I can meet people in the middle on having guns. If you have like one of them, I know someone in Spencer, Massachusetts.
Mm-hmm.
They were on the phone. I was on the phone with them. They hung up the phone and said, "Oh my gosh, I'll call you back." Called me back and I said, "What happened?" "Oh, there was a snake in the yard, so I went out and got the gun and shot the snake." It was a garter snake. The snake was minding its business. It was just going. It was doing what garter snakes do. It was probably looking for mice to keep mice from going into the house. But instead, you're gonna go get a gun and shoot the thing, and people find reasons to use a gun. That's what it is. They find a reason. Yeah. "Oh my gosh, I felt threatened, so I had to get the gun."
By a garter snake.
Right, by a garter snake. I mean, the most harmless snakes known to man, and that's what they had to get the gun for and use it.
You pick that garter snake up and you bite his head out.
I don't know about all that. I would use a shovel or something. If it was outside minding his business, I wouldn't have messed with it anyways. But that's what people do, man. I don't know Truth. This is what I'm talking about. I can't stand people.
And then they go to the pet store and buy a boa constrictor.
Right. Kids have a pet snake in the house, and they go outside shooting them.
They buy pythons and stuff at the pet store. Shoot garter snakes. They're fierce and vicious.
Our hearts are heavy at the tremendous loss of life We have victim advocates assigned to the case to assist the family during the difficult time. If the mother knew about the gun in the house, she should be arrested.
It is I don't know, like I said, 2-year-olds are short. You know, they're little people. Put the gun up. How does a 2-year-old get their hands on a loaded weapon?
Right.
Did you just come in the house and put it on the coffee table? So the 2-year-old says, okay, don't touch the gun. Okay, yeah, that'll be about right.
Right.
Yeah, what's a gun? This thing right here, don't touch this. You know, it's like you're gonna even if, because we know people aren't gonna stop owning guns, but at least try to own some ownership of some kind of intelligence. Be smart about stuff. You know, that's just stupid. And that's a waste of 2 lives.
Yep.
And another life there, the lady, she ain't gonna be the same. And should I have empathy in me and feel bad for her? I should. I feel bad for her that she's going to have to be the only one left out of her family. I don't know if there's other kids or not, but
right.
It
doesn't say if there are other kids involved or not. I just know that there's this one, and this one's gone because the father is an idiot. It's a good thing though that the active shooter is away, is in custody, and no one was shot in Ohio. And
that's a good thing.
Yep.
But I get, why is whoever that person is, why is he going into a high school to do that? Unless he's a high school student, and what, Mary Lou didn't like you or something like that?
Or he felt like he was being bullied, and then that's what they do though. You when you have a gun, true. If I had a gun in my house, you know how many people I would have shot by now? You know how many people would have been shot by now? Oh, well, why you shoot him? Look, we were arguing. I didn't know what he was going to do. I went and got the gun. I shot him.
See, I don't give people all that power. I ain't gonna argue with somebody to where. Only I think a couple of times I might get annoyed with somebody, and then it's like, oh man, I should just punch this fool right in the mouth.
Right.
You know, I get annoyed. Like I don't want to kill him. There's one guy, and there's one person I know. He just irks me. I just don't like his attitude. I don't like the words that he uses to come out of his mouth. I don't like the tone of his voice or anything. And if I see him, I just want to hit him. But I don't want to shoot him. But if I see him, it's like, why don't I just punch you in the face and then I just go and get a cup of coffee.
Right.
Don't say hi to me. Don't say anything to me. Your voice irritates me.
Yep.
Yeah. But because he irritates me, so I can't get away from that. So I guess that's a human fault.
Yep, and you know what do we end up doing? Wanting to shoot somebody.
Yeah, but I don't want to shoot him.
No, me neither. But best believe if I had a gun in my house and I'm arguing with someone, my mind is automatically thinking, where is the gun at in the house?
Yeah,
it's just a natural thing.
I try not to argue with anyone. It's like that's my philosophy. I got a lot of philosophies. You know, one of my major things I do is what kind of good am I going to do today? And I think if everybody starts out the day by the first thing in the morning, what kind of good thing can I do today for somebody that they'll have a whole better outlook on the whole day? But and then we're arguing. It really. I don't really care that much about arguing with people. Most people argue on things that are personal and they're going to benefit them. It's like, I don't care what's going to benefit you. If I can help, if you really need help or something like that, I'm there for you. But am I going to argue with you so that you can feel like you won something or something? Nah.
But you know how many people have the mindset, am I going to argue with you while I have this gun in my pocket, or when I have this gun on me? Am I going to sit here and want to throw fisticuffs with you?
Nah.
And if I got these guns, this gun on me, but speaking of which, see, this is why I'm not allowed to have a gun.
Yeah.
Because if I did have a gun, someone like this woman would be shot. 24-year-old Ashley Hartzenrader was sentenced to 5 years probation in lieu of prison time. She pled guilty last month to child endangerment and to neglect and abandon a dependent or person. An Iowa City woman left her newborn for dead in a trash can and she was sentenced to probation. This is what I'm talking about, Truth.
Nah.
You get probation for leaving a child to die.
She should, and okay, if she gonna get probation, she should get T-shirts to wear that I left my child in a garbage can to die.
Register just like a sex offender should register.
And with T-shirts, you gotta wear the T-shirt.
She should not be allowed to have children ever again. Truth.
That's right. Nah, never ever again. No.
But this is the stuff that we're dealing with.
Yeah, maybe T-shirts would be a good idea.
Authorities say she gave birth May 8th, 2016 in a bathroom at the University of Iowa hospitals and clinics and tried to flush the baby down the toilet. She then put the baby in a pillowcase and left it in the trash. The child was found alive by hospital workers. She tried to drown the child, and then she put it in a pillowcase and tried to throw the baby away. And all she gets is probation, Truth.
That's wrong. That's wrong.
This is why. This might be the end of days, Truth. This is why hurricanes and all this stuff and earthquakes and stuff.
Oh, yeah.
It might very well be the end of days. Jesus needs to come back.
That's we have no reason to really exist on this planet. It's like, for what?
Nope.
There's nobody doing anything that's of any worth. We don't know half the people even who claim to love God and love Jesus and nobody's perfect but except Jesus and I want to be more like Jesus. Well, I don't think you start by doing craziness like this. It's like, come on, everybody talks this talks of righteousness, but it's like nobody's acting on it. So maybe it is totally the end of days right now. We're going to feel the end of days. Maybe we're in it. Maybe this is what the end of days feels like. So much negative energy flowing around.
Right.
You know?
Well, yeah, I don't know, True.
Because, everybody just seeks whatever pleasures that they can have at the expense of anybody else.
Right.
No, I'm not against the what do you call it, the LGBTs and
the LGBTQ
and stuff like that. I really don't care. That's your life and everything, but I know that that's something that wouldn't have happened.
You know what she had the nerve to tell the court?
What?
I'm just asking you to listen and understand what I've been through. Can you believe that?
Yeah, that's what they all do. That's what I'm getting to the point with the LGBT, all those initials, all those letters. It's like all they really was asking for was, can I have some sympathy and empathy and be and everybody accept me for being different than the normal standard of living or something like that, of life. It's like, who cares?
Right. Because
I don't care. It makes no difference to me before you became known as an LGBT or after you became.
Yeah.
You're still you. If you're a nice person, go for it. If you're a bad, evil person, you're going to get treated like one. It doesn't matter. And this woman, her excuse is that just what I've been through
a lot. We'll take a break, and then when we come back, I'm going to tell you what she's been through, what she's been going through. Okay, be right back on Truth in the Air.